it's stinging, man. So I'm just trying to soothe my under eye.
Pray for me, Madura for me. Pray I find my way.
She's back, and by she's back, I'm talking about my backdrop. Anyway, hey FamBam, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're doing fantastic, and welcome back. If this is your first time seeing my face, my name is MsTopacJay. Okay, so in today's video, we're going to be doing my full face of makeup using product I've been neglecting. This is going to be my 4th video in this series. If you haven't seen my previous ones, I'm going to put a link to the playlist down below so you can go and check it out. Okay, if you yet subscribe to my channel, click the red button down below that says subscribe. Once it turns to gray, it means you're subscribed. Turn on notifications, select to receive all notifications from this channel so that way you don't miss out on any single video from me. And I hope you guys are doing fantastic. You know, what were you doing before this video started? Comment down below, I'm really curious. Me, I was busy hyping myself up in the mirror because, you know, I took the twist out, put my wig on, and I was like, I've missed you, girl. Anyway, so without further ado, let's jump straight into this video. Okay, let's get started. All right, so here we are. So I went through my collection yesterday to just kind of see the products that I haven't really been using, and I found these products and I'm like, whoa, these are actually the products that I've intentionally been steering away from. Steering clear of? I don't know. So I was like, whoa, this is interesting. So first, let's go in with primer. The primer that I haven't really been using, I think I've only used this once or twice since I bought this last year. It's the L'Oreal Infallible Mattifying Base Primer. This primer cost a lot. This primer was like 29 Australian dollars or whatnot. And I don't know, I didn't really, not that I didn't like it, I just didn't really see the point because I felt like the primer kind of has a similar consistency to the e.t.c Mineral Infused Primer. But the difference is this one does feel a little bit teensy bit more mattifying than the e.t.c primer does. And I've been liking the Too Faced Hangover RX primer more lately, so that's probably why I've been steering clear of it. I don't know. And you see this? We have an appearance. This is what happens when you didn't properly take off your makeup. I didn't properly take off my makeup because I was lazy. Bad stuff. Bad. But yeah. So would I recommend this primer? I don't know. No, I don't know. Have you used it before? What do you think of it? All right, so the next product is this NYX Conceal Correcting Contour Palette. I used this palette to filth. I used it. You look at this, like I used that a whole lot, and I think I just kind of neglected it because I hardly color correct. I mean, I do color correct, but not really all the time. I started using my Arbonne concealer, which was in the shade Deep, which has a really nice red undertone, and that was really good for color correcting. But I've already used this shade and this shade to kind of, you know, conceal or clean up my brows a little bit. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use this orange shade right here to color correct. All right, so the palette actually just reminded me that Esther, the coverage is not that great. And that's mainly because I've been using the Arbonne concealer and other concealers to color correct with, and I've experienced a better coverage when it comes to color correcting. So this palette doesn't really have a great coverage when it comes to color correcting because I can still see my upper pigmentations peeking through. So that's probably mainly why I haven't really been using it. Usually I would do my foundation right about now, but let's just do the eyes because this is staring at me. So for the eyes, we're gonna go in with eyeshadow base. Yes, I said eyeshadow base. I haven't really been using eyeshadow base. I've mainly been using concealers to prime my eyelid before I go in with eyeshadow. But last year, I don't remember exactly when last year, I bought this NYX eyeshadow base in the shade Skin Tone, and I mainly bought it because I wanted to do a full face of NYX product. And I remember when I used it, I didn't mind it. It actually reminded me of my MAC paint pot, but I hardly reach for it, and I believe it's mainly because I use my concealer as eyeshadow base. Like when I'm doing my foundation and concealer and whatnot, I just go ahead and put it on my lid, you know, because it's just easier to do that way. I don't know, do you guys still use eyeshadow base as eyeshadow primer, or do you just go straight in with your concealer or your foundation? All right, so the thing that always confused me when it comes to eyeshadow base is setting. Do I set it or do I not set it? Do you guys usually set your eyeshadow base? As I touch it, it's lifting off. I'm gonna set it. Ooh, oh, okay, I don't like this eyeshadow base. Oh, ooh, that's not a good base. And it's all about that base, you know, but this ain't no good base. Oh no. Okay, let's just move on. Okay, let's go with eyeshadow. And the eyeshadows, it's not even a palette, they're eyeshadow singles. Last time I used this was about a year and a half or so ago. I took this from my auntie, took it with her knowledge. Did she know? I think she did. And these are the YOUNGBLOOD eyeshadow singles. These things are expensive, and I can't believe my auntie let me take it from her. And I really like these little things, and the fact that it comes with a mirror as well. So this is the shade Zen, which is a green shade. This is the shade Concord, which is a purple shade. This is the shade Cesar, which is, oh, now I can't describe this color now. And this is the shade Pink Diamond. Literally, it's what the name says. I'm gonna go with the shade Concord. Look at that, it's so easy to blend. Do you see this? I'm just gonna go into the shade Pink Diamond, and I'm gonna put this in my brow bone. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and cut the crease a little bit, and I'm gonna grab this shade from the NYX palette. This is probably a bad idea. All right, let's just go into the shade Pink Diamond, and I'm just gonna put this all over the area where I just placed the concealer down. Woo! I'm sorry guys, I just blinded you. I'm gonna go into the shade Zen, which is the green shade. Kind of weird combining all these colors together, and I just want to stick to the one brand eyeshadow or whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna put this just right here in my outer corner. Yep, I'm gonna pack it. I'm gonna blend it in with Pink Diamond. And this green shade is a bit of a shimmer shade, so not the best bright idea, but the shimmer is not too shimmery, so it ain't bad. All right, so now let's go into foundation. Okay, for foundation, I'm gonna be using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation. And when I did the foundation test on this foundation, I fell in love with it. I like this foundation. It's matte, slap your face matte. But lately I've been liking kind of like a satin matte finish type of foundation, and I feel like that's mainly the reason why I've been neglecting this. But if you have oily skin, I would recommend this foundation. It really helps to minimize the shine and oil you produce throughout the day, I'm telling you, literally. So I have 111 Soft Sable and 112 Cocoa. So that's a little light. 111 Soft Sable and 112 Cocoa is a little red. All right, so here we go. Foundation has been applied, and I'm looking hella crazy with this grungy, is it grungy eyeshadow look right here. Anyway, let's go into concealer. Concealer that I have been neglecting intentionally, if I might add, is the Primark My Perfect Color Liquid Concealer. This is in the shade Toffee, and I bought this in London, and I did a full face of testing Primark makeup products. I cannot speak today, and from memory I don't really like the coverage. I've only used this about twice, once when I was filming that video, and the second time just randomly to just kind of try it again. So I don't know, and I've just been neglecting it because of that, and the smell is a little bit funky. So ooh, it's stinging, it's stinging. Okay, it's stinging a little bit. Ooh, it's stinging, man. It's stinging under my eye right here. I don't remember it stinging like this. Did it sting? I think it might have. See, it doesn't have any coverage at all. Oh my gosh, it's stinging. And yet I still want to leave it to see if the coverage is gonna go on. Ooh. Okay, nope, we are blending it out. Oh, it's still stinging a bit, and not all that for nothing. Literally, there's still no coverage under my eyes whatsoever. I'm just gonna use the foundation as concealer instead. I'm gonna use the shade 111 Soft Sable. Oof, Jesus is Lord. Oh, that's so soothing. Oh my goodness. My under eye is still stinging a little bit. Just a bit. I'm just holding this because it's a little bit cold, so I'm just trying to soothe my under eye. We're moving on. That concealer is going in the bin. Okay, let's go ahead and set it. I'm gonna set it using the Too Faced Born This Way ethereal setting powder. I still don't know how to pronounce this, honestly. And this is going to be my third time using this since I bought it last year as well. And I also did a first impression on this. I didn't mind it. The consistency kind of reminds me of the RCMA No Color Powder. I like the packaging. You know, it comes with a protective layer right here, and right here is a love heart. But what's packaging if the product is not matching the packaging, you know? And from memory, this had hella flashback. The color is kind of like the Laura Mercier Transcend Powder. And by the way, I just heard that Laura Mercier is going to be leaving Australia. Oh, why don't things go right for, anyway, whatever. Yeah, so the color is kind of like the Laura Mercier Transcend Powder, but the consistency is like the RCMA Low Color Powder, but not really like it. It's more like the NYX HD Studio Powder, that one that I don't really like for the face, but mainly for the eyes because of the consistency. I don't know. I don't mind it It's just that flashback is a lot. It gives a lot of flashback. So I think that's why I've been staying away from it. And also I really like my Dermablend powder and my Laura Mercier powder and now the Maybelline Loose Finishing powder. Do you guys think it looks ashy? What do you think? I think I need to put this in a must-use pile so I can really use my money. Let's go with face powder. I'm going to be using, actually there's two powders I've been neglecting. I don't know if I'm going to be using both, but I'm just going to share it with you. First is the MAC Next to Nothing pressed powder. This is in the shade Deep Dark. Remember when MAC came out with the Next to Nothing range? I bought the collection. By collection I mean the foundation and the powder, so I bought it. As you can see, I used that. I used it a lot, but I didn't really use it as much as you would think. I would say this powder hit pan quite quickly. Even though I used it a lot, I didn't really use it like a lot, and it just hit pan faster than I don't know if anything I'm saying right now is making sense. I think I just need to go and lay down. Let's just go ahead and use it. I'm just going to use it to dust the powder right here off a bit. It's nice, and looking at it you might think it's going to look a little ashy, but it doesn't. It does have a little bit of a pink undertone, which to me is a little weird. So I mainly concentrated right here, you know, the area where I apply blush, you know. I'm just going to use it to blend the powder out right here as well. But I wouldn't say go and buy it though. Even though it ain't bad, I still wouldn't say go and buy it. All right, so next powder, which to me is a surprise, but I'm not really surprised that I've been neglecting it, is the MAC Studio Fix powder. And I say I'm not really surprised I've been neglecting it, mainly because I bought the L'Oreal Super Blendable powder in the shade N9, and I've been using that more than the MAC Studio Fix. And I noticed that the reason why I've been using that more is because I kind of see a similarity between both powders. I've actually finished one, and I know it's in a box, but I keep it in there because I'm not crazy. But I've actually finished one, and I bought this when this one was finishing, and I bought this when I was going to London, and then when I got to London I saw the L'Oreal Super Blendable powder. I bought it and I was using that more than this one, you know. So what I'm trying to say is I would recommend you try the L'Oreal Super Blendable powder first as a cheaper alternative. I'm not saying that they're 100% the same, but I'm saying that they're very similar. But this is one of my Holy Grail powder right here. This is in the shade NW45. I absolutely love this powder. I've used this powder even before I knew there was a letter E in the word makeup. Exaggeration, but you get what I'm saying, you know. Okay, so now we're gonna go ahead and blush, and a palette that has a blush that I haven't been using. Literally this was at the back, like this was in the back of my drawer of my highlighter and blush drawer. This is the Primark Pure Blush palette. I don't know why I'm holding it like that, but this is what it looks like. It's huge. I'm sorry if you can't find this, but you're not missing out on anything, on much anyway. So this has 2 blushes and 2 highlighters. I'm gonna go ahead and use this blush to blush. So I don't know, like this one looks a little bit ashy. I don't like that. Let me just buff that out. I don't like that at all. Let's just go in and highlight. Let's grab that. Actually, let me use this pink so you can see. Oh, where did you go? No. See, it's pink in the pen, but it's not as pink on the face. Yeah, I think I mainly didn't reach for this because of the way it sits on the face. Woo! I hardly use spray, but I need to spray my face. I'm just gonna spray my face with water because my face is feeling a little dry right now. Alright, here we go. We're all done and I've applied lashes, and I honestly can say I don't feel bad about neglecting the products that I use in today's video, aside from the foundation and the eyeshadow palettes. The MAC powders, I like them. The Next to Nothing powder, it does have that little bit of a pink undertone to it, so I don't mind it either, but my Studio Fix is always going to be my all-time favorite, even though I still believe the L'Oreal Super Blendable powder is very similar to it. The rest of the products, what else did I try? Oh, actually off camera I used the duo eyelash adhesive glue in the shade Clear White, and this one right here I can honestly say that I intentionally neglect it because I've mainly been using my bond glue to apply lashes, and before you say anything, I've been doing this for about 1.5 years and it's great for me. Okay, I just don't really have the patience for the duo to kind of get tacky and whatnot. I don't have the patience for it, and with the bond glue just slap it on and you're good to go. Bob's your uncle, you know, go on about your day, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's about it. Oh, the powder. How can I forget the powder? Aside from the powder looking a little bit ashy, I don't know. I don't mind it, but I'm not gagging for it either, to be honest with you. So, is there anything that I've tried in this video that you guys have tried before? In case you're wondering, on my lips, I have the matte retro matte lipstick in the shade Burnt Spice, and I just lined my lips with a brown lip liner, and then I topped it up using a lip gloss by Black Up. Okay, but yeah, as I was saying earlier, have you tried anything that I've tried in this video, especially the powder and the primer? I'd really like to know. Oh, and the MAC Next to Nothing pressed powder. Let me know in the comment section down below. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this full face of makeup using neglected product part number 4. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and comment down below to the questions that I asked in today's video. I know I asked a whole lot, but please comment down below. I'm actually really quite curious. Okay, I didn't pick a shout out for today's video, but next video I promise I'll pick one. Okay, thank you so much for watching. As I said, if you're yet to subscribe, please don't forget to subscribe. You know, it's free, and if you subscribe, you will see every video that I upload. Okay, thanks for watching. As always, whatever there is, love yourself. I love you guys so much. Thank you, FamBam, and I'll see you guys in my very next video. Bye. La 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 la. Hey.
But I gotta take a chance. Oh, I'm already gone, so just pray for me.